watching German Gyan. My name is Jan, and guys, in this video, we're gonna tell you that how my student is telling the whole story. So how he passed his exam of B1 using AI app. So yes, in detail, yes, it's a generation, it's a world of AI, and now AI is a master. Of course, I will not say the trainer is not important, but yes, AI has its own importance. If you are willing to do self study, practice a lot of things, then AI can help you. So, yes, this whole video is just for you. I hope you're gonna shower lots of love. If you're watching me for the very first time, then my name is Nidhi and I'm a Steve and the founder of German Gyan. German Gyan provides you online and offline classes. We to provide teacher training program, exam preparation, brush up classes, interview preparation, guides, whatnot. So why to waste time and enroll with German Gyan, and let's get in this video. Let's go.
How I passed Goethe B1 using this AI app. Hey everyone. So this is not going to be a typical I studied 5 hours a day and solved books kind of video, because honestly I didn't. What I did instead was something a little strange. I started living inside the German language with the help of AI. The shift that changed everything. At some point I realized I don't have a German problem. I have thinking problem. Means I always used to think in Hindi or English, then used to translate that into German. And by the time I spoke, it was already wrong or awkward. So I changed one habit. Whatever random thought came into my mind, I forced myself to think in German. Even stupid thoughts like I'm hungry, why is this person talking so much, or I don't feel like working today. I would pause and translate it in my first head. Then I had checked, is this correct using AI? And if the sentence was not correct, then I used to ask the reason that where I'm making the mistakes. My daily brain training. This was my secret weapon. This became like a game. Every single day I had think something, translate it myself, and then ask AI, is this correct? Or can you make it more natural? And this is where magic happened, because AI didn't just say right or wrong. It would say this is correct but unnatural, and native speakers would say this instead. So that's how I stopped sounding like a textbook and started sounding like a person. My verb obsession that took me to B1 level. One of the biggest problem at B1 is same verbs 10 different meanings with prefixes. Like you have verbs common, uncommon, mid-common, common and for-by common. Earlier, I used to just memorize them randomly, and the result was I used to forget the meaning of these verbs after some days. But then I started doing something smarter. I asked AI, explain the difference between all these verbs with examples, and suddenly patterns became clear, meaning became logical, and I didn't have to cram anymore. It felt like unlocking a system. Vocabulary, but not the boring way. So I didn't just open book and memorize list. Instead, I literally told AI, give me 15 B1 level words daily, and then I made my own sentences, related them to my life, and used them in my thinking practice. For example, instead of just learning Entscheidung, which means decision, I had think I need to make decision about my career. Then I used to translate it and check it. Now that word sticks permanently in the mind. Speaking practice without a partner. I didn't always have someone to practice with, so I did this. I created imaginary conversations in my head, for example, debate, opinion, or daily situations. Then I asked AI, is this how I should say it in B1 exam? Then AI would correct sentence structures, add connectors like while, obwohl, deshalb, entweder oder, or weder noch. And then suddenly, my speaking became more structured and fluent. Writing, my biggest upgrade. Earlier, I used to write sentences like Ich will Urlaub machen, but after ChatGPT corrections, it became Ich würde gern Urlaub machen, weil ich mich entspannen möchte. That jump from E2 to B1 comes from small upgrades like this, and I practiced this daily. Now, the most important part, what most people do wrong. Let me be very honest. Using AI or ChatGPT can also become a trap if you copy answer without thinking, Don't try first and don't question why something is wrong. The real growth came when I tried, failed, asked, understood, and reused. And the real reason how I passed or why I passed B1. So it wasn't because I studied more, it because I trained my brain to function in German, for example, thinking, reacting, and forming opinions, all in German. And ChatGPT just became my 24 into 7 correction plus feedback system. And then during the exam, I didn't feel like, oh no, what should I say? Instead, it felt like I have already said this 50 times in my head, and that confidence is what made the difference.